Hey everybody, what's up? We're back here with News AF. Sorry to keep you waiting, but look, you don't think that the show is great automatically. We
Yeah,
gotta
come
have
on, guys.
meetings.
We got a
Yeah,
pregame.
lots of business going on over here.
Lots of
Business
business.
deals.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Gotta pick the brains of the guys.
All the
Find out.
geniuses.
Yeah, find out how's Danny getting
Dude.
mediocre amateur to the
Oh,
stratosphere.
dude, it's that 3.2 GPA I got in college.
You got a 3.2
I think so. I might have brought it up right at the end
to
when I
keep my
realized what
swimming.
college was all about.
Huh? What was it about?
Just like
Cheating?
showing up.
Yeah.
It's all it requires.
That's half the battle.
Well, for an easy degree like mine, you just have to show up.
What was yours?
What's your
It's
degree
just
in?
business, generic
Just
business.
business.
Just business.
Yeah, dude. That's why you guys are picking my brains, because I've
Yeah.
got the degree.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I had to get above a 2.0 in college to keep my
That's a
swimming
low bar.
scholarship. To keep my swimming scholarship, and I think I was there 5 semesters maybe, and I
Mhm.
was between a 2.0 and a 2.2 every single semester, which I will still argue is more difficult than excelling.
To keep it right in the
Sweet spot to do just enough.
Was that intentional though?
Yeah, it was intentional to do bare minimum. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So pretty cool.
Congratulations.
Thank
Pretty
you.
good. Yeah.
And then I dropped out when I realized that they were just training me to get a career. I was like, I see where this is ending. I see exactly.
I see what you're trying to
want.
do.
I
Plug
see
me into this
exactly.
system.
Yep. I see
Mhm.
exactly what you want me to do and become. And I will not.
Yeah. Not gonna
So,
fall for that.
It worked.
Nice try, BYU. Nice fucking try.
All right. You're ready to turn the News AF on? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. News AF here. February 27th. All right. Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Cesternino back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting news stories here for the week of February 27th, 2024 here on News AF.
The story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth. It's about to be News AF. The same old news makes you bored to death. It's time for some News AF. Actual.
Yeah, that's right. News AF is back once again to talk about the fastest hour in news here as we're back together here with first pickleball's top influencer, America's dad. Got a great shirt on today. It's Tyson Apostol.
Yeah, what's up? This is a Chubby's brand shirt. They make some pretty cool prints. So yeah, I thought we'd mix it up a little bit and wear a collar. I'm not a collar guy too often, but if it's printed like this, you got to do it.
Got to do it.
Yeah. Buying a new house.
Yes. Ooh. Congratulations.
Yeah. So we close in a couple weeks, and I'm just trying to snatch up all the real estate before the millennials get enough money. Yeah.
You're going to beat them to the punch?
I'm beating them to the punch. I'm trying to get as much as I can so that when they're like, house prices have rocketed, I was like, yeah, you know why? Because Gen X bought them all up. Fuck you guys.
Like whoa, dude, shots fired.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Beep, just leave some.
Oh my God, I hope somebody didn't just turn off the podcast right before you didn't say just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just kidding, guys. So, but I mean, but I am. Yeah. I am buying up stuff.
Very sinister.
Yeah. We got a new house. It's got more space for the kids. It's got more land to run around.
How about outdoor couches and TVs?
We can get those.
What's the scorpion population like?
Probably large scorp population.
Scorp is high.
Yeah. Yeah. Scorp counts high, but that's going to be good. Like, come on out. We'll do some scorp hunting, get some nature with Tyson vids in. What else? So that's about it. And then we're going to move over and we're putting our current house up for rent. So, this house will eventually be on the Tyson Apostol history tour. So it'd be pretty cool to live in it as a renter at some point.
Okay. Should anybody who is like want the Tyson experience, should they slide into your DMs if they want to rent your current house?
No.
Okay.
I already
Direct
have renters.
contact.
I already have
Oh.
renters. lined up.
Okay. Or sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
Too late, guys.
You could probably charge a premium though.
I am.
Yeah, well, while your Musk is still in the air.
But that more that are people like are you
like
factoring
bidding
in that Tyson gets to be my property manager?
No, I haven't factored that in. I'm not being the manager. I hired a manager.
Okay.
Are you leaving all the furniture there?
No,
Oh, bummer.
because we were told that renters do not care about.
Yeah, but if they want the Tyson experience, they can have the lion picture up on the wall. They can
That's
have
true.
the
I'll
bed
leave
with
the lion
sheets
picture.
going.
I'll leave
Yeah.
the lion picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll leave the lion picture. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course,
we got Danny,
got Danny Bryson.
I'm still here.
the Lord of Mediocre Amateur.
Yeah, just released a video of our
About
trip
what?
to Japan.
Ooh.
You know,
And did you try to speak Japanese? Because what I love is when someone goes and says a Japanese, any word in any foreign language.
yes,
You go,
we've
you're
talked
like,
about this.
yeah, and then they constantly try to speak to you in their native tongue.
Drives me crazy. The worst thing
what?
you can do is invite a conversation in a language that you don't speak by trying to be so cultural and be like, "Oh, hola," and then they're like, "Ah, da, da, da." You're like, "Oh no, I just know that one word.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
trying to
learned
be
the one
cool."
word at the airport.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Can you do like mashup of you doing that? Like, don't do it the whole trip, but at least at one point have someone jabber at you in their language after you've said something, and then do an entire video of you or other people doing
other
that.
people. I should do like a clip, and that is a great idea. Next time I go foreign with someone else, I will record them trying to pretend like they're super cultural by using the greetings of that country.
Mm-hmm.
And then the conversation then ensues, and then them saying I don't speak that language. It's just the whole thing. But no, I didn't attempt. And even my brother, who I took with me to Japan, he speaks Japanese fluently.
Yep.
They didn't even want to speak Japanese to him. They just wanted to speak English.
Yeah, everybody loves to speak English.
Yeah, good to practice, I guess. But yeah, it was awesome. Got the video up. Wasn't sure I had enough content to make a video, but I made it work.
Mm-hmm.
How long is the video?
It's like 10 minutes.
So what would have happened if you didn't have enough content? You have to go back to Japan, or then you do filler like you were in Japan. You're like, come on, guys, we're going out to the mountains out back, and we just have to
green
pretend.
screen.
We have to just pretend like you're in. You think green screen over just going out skiing and saying you're in Japan?
I would never do that, but I have gone a long time ago. Early on, I would go places and not get enough footage because I'm not the kind of person who has the guts to just shoot footage unless I feel like the other people involved are willing to have footage shot of them. Does that make sense? So early on, I had no confidence. I didn't take my camera out enough, and then I'd come home from a trip and be like, dude, I've got nothing here. So
and what
now
finally gave you the confidence, do you think?
I still don't really have it. Like I was in Japan with a bunch of people who I
did until you make it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they wanted to be filmed, so I didn't really film a whole bunch. And then luckily I just barely got it through the door.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Whip that shit out.
Crank it out.
Rob, should you and I start a competing YouTube channel that's all green screen, but it's like all of Danny's adventures, but green screened, and we're just like hiking in our skis?
Just use the new AI.
It's widely accessible, Danny.
Ooh.
No, I mean, but it will
be easy to get it.
Yeah. Then you'll be able to ask for the body of a centaur and your head on it while climbing Everest and fighting a dragon.
I tried that to get a body of a centaur on that. What's that app called, Rob, that I invited you to?
Oh, open
Bag
the
of
mail.
chips.
A bag of chips.
Can of soup.
And it didn't do it?
Can of soup.
Can of soup.
Yeah.
It won't do a centaur. It just put me on a horse.
That's really lame. That's pretty much my AI experience as well. I ask it for something that's super hilarious. And it just
exactly. I was like, turn us into centaurs playing chess with each other under a rainbow on a beach.
And then it does like a 5-armed horse.
Yeah, it's like it's 2 horses, but they share 3 of the same legs.
Yeah, playing backgammon. No.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, we are talking about starting a new YouTube channel, not to just compete with Mediocre Amateur, but that we feel like that News AF has grown to the point where it needs its own space. Okay. We're too boxed in on Rob as a podcast proper. We've got a lot of clips from these shows that we need to be sharing. And so next week, we are going to be moving to a brand new, like Tyson, a new
home.
New home, a new YouTube channel of our own for News AF. Okay.
It's true.
And when we could be posting whatever we want. We won't have anybody showing up here. Hey, when are they going to talk about Big Brother? No.
Yeah.
All News AF.
I'm tired of giving Big Brother updates. Just tired of it.
Still, if you are here for just Big Brother, Danny will give his insights at the end of the episodes.
Yes,
So
we can still do that every week. If you're worried you might not be able to find us, okay, you could still make sure you're subscribed to the podcast version, not going anywhere. Still going to be in the main Rob as a podcast feed and in its own News AF feed. By the way, we have 596 ratings on Apple Podcasts. Not too shabby. Average of 4.9. But could we get our average up to 5? Could we make that our mission? Come on,
guys.
Go to newsaf.news.
Nicole in the chat says, save some YouTube channels for us millennials.
No,
we're snatching them up.
Channels.
Snatching them up.
All up. Okay. And then I will post the link to the new News AF YouTube channel in our Facebook group. So make sure you don't miss it by going to our Group AF Facebook group. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That sounds great. OMG says there's already a News AF YouTube channel out
there.
Yeah,
that's old, but that's
old and
the old one. That's the old one.
Unsub
don't watch any of that
resub.
Stuff. We don't know what we said in 2017.
Yeah, that's
wow.
Can you erase that?
Yeah, we'll work on that. We'll work on that. Okay. All right. Ready to talk about today's News AF. Here we go. All right. Well, let's start off. Of course, we're always following what's going on in the world of fast food. And so over at Wendy's, they've got a new idea, borrowing from Uber. They're going with surge pricing at Wendy's.
I love how this article is in Food and Wine. It feels like a plant by Food and Wine.
It is about food.
Okay. But Food and Wine seems too classy for Wendy's news.
Not anymore. So it gets busy at Wendy's. They jack the price, drive the lines down, and that's like the whole idea. Is that the idea?
I believe so. Well, I don't think it's to drive the lines down. I think it's to make more money.
Oh,
dumb idea. Dumb idea.
Listen. This is Danny. I'm fixing the idea for you right here. Okay, you ready? Please. Are you ready, Danny?
Yes, I'm ready to receive.
Want to go straight to the front of the line? Pay double.
I would never pay double at Wendy's. Never.
Really?
What about for a Dave's double?
What about Del Taco?
No, maybe Taco Bell.
Okay, so but you go in.
Taco Bell, the prices go up at like 1 a.m.
Chick-fil-A. What about Chick-fil-A?
They're already, all of these places are already pretty high. The Wendy's nearest my house never has a line, so I don't have to worry about this.
But what if there was a line? If you go in and there's a huge line?
No, I go somewhere else.
By the way, no. Every Chick-fil-A that I've ever driven past, the drive-through line is like around the block.
But they're very efficient.
Are they?
It's pleasure to serve you. Pleasure's involved in the transaction. That's pretty great.
Yes, it is. So
I don't care how good it is. I'm not getting on the drive-through line around the block.
By the way,
surge pricing Wendy's either.
No way. Not in a million years. The only reason I surge price Uber is because I forgot about surge pricing. Then I'm already in the car. This was an idea by the CEO, it looks like. Kirk.
What happened to Dave? Dave would never.
Dave passed on. Dave passed on many years ago.
Yeah.
Well, we know
what about Wendy? Why didn't Wendy take over?
Is she signing off on this?
She was never part of the corporate
of the brand.
She was always just a figurehead.
This is why you need.
She never had any power.
AI CEOs because they'll like stick to the mission plan from the beginning, the thing that made it special.
Danny, this is AI.
What made it special? What made Wendy's special, Danny?
Square meat patties, I think,
Okay.
is really all that it was.
Do they still do that? Do they still do the square meats?
Yeah.
Still square.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
the spicy chicken sandwich for a while was a big one. And now they've got nothing for 20 years. What was the last time they came out with something? More bacon. There's like solution to every problem is just more bacon.
The Baconator? Are they home of the Baconator?
Yeah, and then they're like the double baconator, the only baconator.
Yeah.
I feel like that's their solution to everything. And now they're going to do surge pricing and bacon.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
hate
Well,
it.
I hate it.
okay. So I saw in the chat there's a question of what is surge pricing. So what this means, according to Food and Wine, is that the Wendy's burger may sell at a higher price point during the busier times, but then come down in price during the lull and then go back up during dinner time. So the burger you get at 4 o'clock might not be the same price as the burger you get at 6 o'clock.
Now
But
this
it's
might
going to
be
be made at the same time.
Yeah.
Those two burgers will have been constructed at exactly the same time of day, but you're paying a different price depending on when you pick the burger up.
Should they flip it too? Like it's like, oh, these fries just came out. They're $2.69. Yeah, these fries are from a couple hours ago. They're 99 cents.
You can tell because they're mummified.
Yeah.
Now, if you're telling me that at dinner, the price of the hamburger will be regular price, but on an odd hour, it'll be cheaper. Okay. I like that idea, but I feel like it's going to be regular price on off hours and then just cost more during the busy times.
So all this is going to do is the people who really love Wendy's are just going to stop eating there at the surge pricing.
Terrible
times and just
idea.
like, you want lunch at 11 or 2?
So if you got stock in Disney, it says here beginning as early as 2025, they're going to start testing. It might be time to ditch that.
Yeah, Wendy's.
Yeah, Wendy's.
Yeah, you said stock in Disney.
Oh,
What
I
does
don't know.
Disney have to do
Wait,
with Wendy's?
they're calling it.
They do a lot of surge pricing too. If you've ever
Yeah,
been
they
to Disney,
do.
yeah.
I want to know the price of the thing is going to be the same no matter when I go. I don't want
constant
surprises
price.
when I go to a place as disgusting as Wendy's.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, wait, I didn't want to go here anyway, and it's going to cost more than I remember it costing. No, no dynamic pricing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is all going to be controlled by AI. The prices are going to be on the visual digital board and just be updating automatically.
Constantly, like at the ticker on
like
the
stock market.
I'm at home watching the Wendy's ticker and then rushing over to try and get the best deal on a square hamburger.
You need like some kind of like AI enabled assistant to like send you an alert of like, oh, the Dave's single just went down to 210.
Yeah,
Get
the
over
lowest
there
price
now.
Lowest price it's been in 4 weeks.
This is the kind of thing that happens in countries where the economy is just in free fall because the prices are changing due to inflation. It's like, oh yeah, the hamburger that cost $4 is now 10 in 24 period hour of time. It's like gone up. This is just no. I didn't like Wendy's to begin with, and now I've been given another reason to like it even less.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
my kids love Wendy's though. That's the problem.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking now that I'm stepping back, because we're all in agreement that there's probably not lines at Wendy's ever. So is the CEO just saying this to make the public assume that there is a wait period at Wendy's some of the time? Like, oh yeah, we have rush stuff where it's crowded and that's going to cost you more. So get into Wendy's and get your burgers because we're good enough for a wait. And maybe that's the play. Maybe he has no intention of surge pricing, but he's trying to create the illusion that there's
people are
enough
lining
people
up.
Shareholders.
interested.
Yeah.
Yes, that people are interested enough that they would pay a premium during rush hours. Yeah.
I think you've cracked the code. That's got to be what it is.
Yeah.
Illusions.
Trying to make it
Smoke
seem
and
like,
mirrors.
wow, better get to Wendy's at 3 o'clock
Yeah. Yeah.
before they jack up the prices.
Yeah. Early
Gotta
dinner
beat
at
the
Wendy's.
rush.
3 o'clock.
Okay.
That's pretty early for diarrhea.
Wait, Danny really hates Wendy's.
Man.
Last time, okay, to be honest, I did eat at Wendy's a lot, and then I started just feeling sick afterwards, which is unusual because my stomach is well seasoned to fast food.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
only, I think at your stomach only.
now it can only take like fresh fruit, no. Vegetables, no. But it's like, yeah, anything with preservatives, it can handle. And then over time, it just became worse and worse. And yeah, now I just can't take it.
Okay. Well, this is a great segue because Danny does have a well-seasoned stomach because he is also a man who at one point in time ate a sandwich that a bird pooped on just to not hurt the feelings of the woman who made it.
That's what I'll do for other human beings. I am a saint. I
This
expect
would be
when I die
to have a story at the back of the Bible about you.
Oh yes. The book of Daniel's already taken. So the book of Danny should be the new book.
Okay. But Danny, also there are some that say that is good luck, and maybe one of the reasons why you've been so fortuitous in life is because the bird did poop on your sandwich that one time. Well,
his YouTube channel would be nothing without that bird.
Yeah, I have been pooped on twice. On top of that, once on the leg and once on the head. So
that's not very many times, honestly. I'm 45 years old. I bet I've been shit on by hundreds of birds. Tens of birds.
You bet.
Over 5
actual stories. 5?
Over 5 for sure.
I know, and that's actually pretty good for people who are landlocked, Tyson, to have that much bird poop. I feel like the seagulls are the major aerial bombers of the sky.
They are, yeah.
Right? So if you live in an area with tons of seagulls, you might get a ton of good luck from the sky. For us, it's a little bit more difficult.
Okay. Well, Danny, you maybe are very lucky because of this. And actually, there are many others who would welcome it because a new survey of 2,000 adults in the United Kingdom reveals many different facts about luck. And according to these 2,000 survey people, 37% of them would welcome having a bird poop on them to bring them good luck.
That's where I got pooped on, was the UK, well, Scotland. And so maybe the luck was amplified by being pooped on in such a magical place.
Wow.
Where people believe. Belief gives it power.
I guess so, right? Because
right?
Then you're projecting your good luck, and then all of a sudden it happens.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like my vision board.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Where did you get pooped on, Tyson?
I mean, I've probably been pooped on in multiple different countries.
Survivor?
Probably, yeah. I'm sure.
When you won, did you get pooped on?
I don't remember being pooped on when I won.
Yeah, by birds or by the other players?
I stepped in human poop one time.
Okay.
That was maybe the worst experience of my life.
Was that good luck or bad luck? Was that the time you won?
That was heroes versus villains. That was
okay. So it was bad luck.
Yeah. Stepping in fresh human turd is bad luck.
Famously, bad luck.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that we should get that up on the board. That says
it should be up on the board for sure. If you step in a fresh human turd, dunzo.
See a priest.
Yeah.
Because bad things are about to happen.
Anything within the next 2 weeks is not going to go how you hope it will. Yeah.
So why is it only bird feces that's so lucky?
Because it drops from the sky.
Yes.
I think any sky turds are good. So even if it's human, if we as a society, just humans in general, had been like, all sky turds are good luck, then airplanes wouldn't have to catch the poop. They would just have a hole out of the airplane dropping turds as people are just fingers crossed they get nailed by one for good luck, and would be a different world.
Maybe we should set up bird poo stations in the UK, like fake statues where you go stand and allow pigeons to land on you.
That's really smart.
Right?
It's just like a graded thing with like bird seat around it. So they all sit on the grate and poop through the grate onto, and you just stand underneath it until you're only allowed to get turded on once. But because there are so many pigeons, sometimes you get more turds, and then that's extra lucky. But you just keep that thing going. Surge pricing, obviously, because,
and this will take place at the crystals. Like crystals are out, bird poo is in.
Yeah.
Okay. Another event that some people consider lucky is that on Thursday, it's going to be February 29th. And some people have a February 29th birthday on Leap Day. Danny, have we talked about Leap Day? How you feel about that?
An extra day due to our poor calendar keeping. Seems like we're just correcting our mistakes on every 4 years.
Yeah, but what would you do? You'd have a quarter of a day every year? You can't.
You do what's necessary to keep things nice and tight, Tyson. You
So
don't
you
have
think of-
3 hours floating around in the ether and you collect them all 4 years, every 4 years.
Yeah, but then our days would be off and our times would be wrong.
Are we the only calendar with a leap day, or do all these other calendars like Chinese, Gregorian, or whatever it is, do they all have a leap day, or is it
I thought
just
you were talking
us?
unclear. That's
I
unclear.
thought you were talking about galactic calendars. and
Nah, well,
such.
galactic, no way anyone who can travel through space has like, oh dude, what are we gonna do with these extra hours? I don't know, Garlog, let's just have like an extra day or two we'll tack on every decade.
OMG in the chat says, let's just have a 6-hour purge every year to burn those hours away.
Look, I have too much to lose in a purge. I am not supporting a purge at all.
Oh, do you think that that's where the line is drawn, where if you have more to lose than to gain by a purge, then you sit out?
Oh, 100%. That's why the purge is necessary, because all the people who have more to gain and nothing to lose, that's where they can kind of make up for it.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point of it.
Okay.
It's like what goes on Twitter.
Yeah.
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 I think you need that correction, and I'm envisioning, and I'm not a scientist by any means, but I'm envisioning that if you did it every year, then your times would not align, and 7 a.m. would in fact be in the middle of the day.
Why can't New Year's Day or New Year's Eve just be longer?
Just have the party be longer and stop the clock.
I know it would set the sun thing off a little bit if we just tacked on some time, or maybe
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is it setting the sun thing off? That's the problem.
Yeah. What if instead of an extra day, could we just have like overtime? Like okay, it's December 31st. Like, all right, we're in, and this is bonus day, December 31st too.
I do feel like
31st and a half.
Yeah, I do feel like we do get a bonus day with leap day. It is kind of a bonus
You're
day.
doing so much extra stuff.
We should allow everyone to have work off first of all, right? We should really consider it like a bonus day. Hey, everyone, go do something fun. That's what you do on leap day. Nobody goes to work. It's not the purge. Nobody goes to work. Let's all have fun.
Okay, fun day.
Okay. Make it
Fun
more
day.
fun.
Yeah.
Because leaping is fun, right?
Yeah. Listen, this is
Not
what
as
we
an
should
older
do.
person.
And why do they tack it on the end of February?
February sucks. They're like, dude, it already has short days, less days.
Yeah, but hear me out. Let's do it. Let's just get rid of April 1st, except for we'll have April 1st every 4 years. So we don't have to deal with April.
People
we don't have to deal with April Fool's
Yeah.
Day every year. We can just deal with it every 4 years. Like, oh, I got
that's worse.
urine. I got urine ice cubes. Fuck, like you don't want that every year. You only want to have to deal with urine
most years,
ice cubes.
It'll go from March 31st to April 2nd.
Yes,
I like that.
Yes.
That's not bad.
And then April 1st is once every 4 years. So you really only have to pay attention to your ice cubes one day every 4 years.
I didn't know you lived in such fear of ice cubes on the 1st.
I'm just saying, Danny, if you've never looked at your ice cubes on April Fool's Day, you've definitely drank urine.
Oh, now I will be.
You've definitely drank urine.
Tyson, I made you some ice cold lemonade today to celebrate the start of April.
You look it up. Drink it up.
You look pretty parched from all the pickleball today.
It is true. This has extra electrolytes. Wink, wink. Oh man, yeah, Danny, you'll do yourself a favor to pay extra attention to the ice cubes on April 1st.
From now on, it's going to happen. I will be paying attention.
Apparently, about 5 million people worldwide had a leap day birthday.
5 million?
Oh,
so
how annoying.
And do you think it's just annoying to have the conversation when they're like, how old are you? You're getting your driver's license? Yeah, and I'm only 4.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, there's a woman that we have a story about a woman who's she's 100 years old, but she's turning 25.
Yep. I predicted that.
I bet
She's
she
in
feels
Oklahoma.
25.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
she
in
looks pretty
Oklahoma.
spry.
All
Yeah.
right, now I have to look at her.
Okay.
I'm really
Here, let me
critical
see.
of
Do you have her
old-looking
address so we
people.
can send the purgers to her?
There's a video
hmm.
playing.
Yeah,
Stop.
let me see.
She's 100 years old. She's turning 25. Everyone's having a good laugh because every 4 years she has the same exact joke, and she's had it her entire life, and that's all she has to live for.
That's all she's got.
Yeah,
in the
her name
bag.
is Mary Lee Forsyth.
Mhm.
And
Wait,
yeah, I feel like yeah.
Mary
You know
Lee
her?
Forsyth.
Yeah,
Forsyth.
Oh,
Forsyth.
sorry. Okay, all right, okay.
Yes. Okay. And here is Mary Lee Forsyth. I mean, doing pretty good. She's like speaking in front of like
Yeah.
her town.
And standing up. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah, that
Time
is
is
pretty
cruel.
good.
Pretty
Time
I
is
mean,
so
like
cool.
for Gen Z, she's doing great.
Yeah. She is doing great.
Gen Z,
Mhm.
we've come full
She's-
circle. You're right. Although
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense, but yeah, look at that. That's what we
Mhm.
have to look forward to.
Yeah. Okay. All right, there you go. So there is our leap 100-year-old / 25-year-old leap day birthday.
If I looked that good at 25, God, that would be awesome.
Speaking of looking good, Tyson, listen, think twice before you spend more time working on your six-pack because it might not be all it's cracked up to be. That is also according to some other new research that says men with large abdominal muscle areas are at greater risk of heart disease.
Okay.
Yes.
Large
Yes.
abdominal area.
knew
What does
it.
that mean? That doesn't mean
Mhm.
6 packs.
Okay, Danny, the six-pack apologist over here. Listen, Danny, you're at risk,
Yes.
bro, and that's okay because we're not. Rob and I
No,
are not
you
at
know
risk.
who this is. Do you know who this is for?
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
for
for the
those-
strong guys whose abs poke out because they have
Yes,
so many
thank you, Tyson.
stomachs.
They've got a
they have
barrel.
so many muscles. They got a barrel of ab muscles. And you're like, is that natural? And they're like, I promise. And you're like, is your name the Liver King? And they're like, it used to be.
Oh my God. I'm
Those are the
getting so
guys.
many ads for the Liver King right
Dude,
now.
all over Twitter.
Oh my
all over
God. I
Twitter.
thought he was done.
He was, but he's running all these ads. And then if you look through all of the comments, it's just people constantly just like crapping on him. Zan's in the chat says it's the HGH gut that is the issue. Yeah, I agree. That's what I
HGH
think.
gut is bad.
That's
Yeah.
what we're talking about. The barrel
Yes.
gut. That's
Yes.
HGH gut.
Yes.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. 6 packs are a sign of less body fat more than almost anything else.
Okay.
So I don't see it being that bad. But barrel
But too low
man-
of body fat is actually not healthy, Danny. And it's been proven that even these guys who are super lean and they have all their six packs and you can see all their vascularity, not as healthy as having a little bit more fat on them bones.
Well, that and you're more comfortable in colder climates with a little bit more fat, right?
Okay.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I'd like to believe that it is. I've got my own
Okay.
science going on in my brain, Tyson. I don't need
guess
yours.
you do. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Well, they say men with the densest muscle in the abdominal cavity had nearly 1/4 of the risk of heart disease later in life.
Why? What's going on?
As and the other really important thing to note is that we didn't find this with women, just with men, according to this media release from
Did you
UC San Diego.
Did you see that article that said that women only have to work out half as much as men to get the same results?
Yeah. So messed
Wow.
up.
Dude, that's not fair. I work hard to get a 6-pack so I can get married twice as hard as any woman, and then I die young. At least I'll
Mhm.
die young with a 6-pack. When I get buried, I want an open casket and I want just my 6-pack to be shown.
Mhm.
So I'll be wearing like a tank top in my
Yeah.
casket.
Okay. So this team of researchers found that the largest muscle group's heart disease risk was nearly 6 times higher than the group of men with the smaller abdominal muscle area.
Dad bods win again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good
Okay.
to know. I guess I'll just stop with my core workouts.
Yeah.
Those
Seems
are
like dense is bad.
Yeah. You don't want to be dense.
Nothing
Mhm.
should be dense, right?
Nothing should be dense.
But even guys without six packs, sometimes they have a really dense core. And you're like, that looks like it should be fluffy, but it is very dense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're like, You
Yeah.
touch it and it's rock hard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
don't even
not
know
right.
what's going on.
You
Yeah.
need to see a doctor because that's just like the opposite of everything I've ever thought.
Yeah. I mean, I think that does make some sense based off of like, okay, not necessarily muscle is bad, but probably the more healthy ideal body type is more of a lean muscle mass as opposed to carrying like, 100 pounds of muscle on your body in all sorts of places that it was not intended to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Depete-
yeah.
Depete in the chat came up with a pretty cool idea. A 6-pack window on a coffin.
Hmm.
Is
Yeah.
that
Sick. That's sick. I'm going to definitely get that on mine.
Yeah.
abs, where it's just an abs window on your coffin? So when you're buried, they just
Better than
see.
seeing the face of the
Yeah.
person that just died. I hate
It
that.
doesn't
It's
even
like,
have to be real.
yeah. It
Oh,
fakes
that's
6-pack.
true. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're sorry
Okay.
for your loss. Would you like the 6-pack treatment on your husband?
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
for sure.
It'll
Yeah.
make him look like he had amazing, incredible abs this whole time. So then no one will have ever questioned why you
Yeah.
stayed with him.
Especially Tyson when you're in the turducken coffin, because it'll have to be like a peephole like into the midsection.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
will know.
Nobody will know. I can't the turducken coffin. Man, we should start a mortuary.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah. Funeral AF.
Funeral AF for all your funeral needs.
Yeah. What do you want to do? You want to be blasted into space?
You
You
want
want
a
a
turducken?
turducken coffin?
Do you want the
You want-
6-packs ab display?
Mhm.
Yeah. Those are our 3 options.
Okay.
Oh man. Yeah.
All right. So here's a story about we've talked about so many different interesting different ways that people are finding love. Danny's
Mhm.
covered the teledildonics beat for years.
Yeah.
But here a
The
woman
beat.
is set to marry an AI hologram for the first time
Mhm.
ever.
Oh, this is exciting.
I mean, this seems like something, right? I mean, like we've talked about, people that have a relationship with like a virtual
Yeah.
girlfriend or boyfriend on their phone.
Yeah.
But now we've got a hologram.
Right. It's a step up from an imaginary friend.
It's practically like you're dating a ghost.
Yeah, that's cool. We all saw
It-
that movie. Right?
Yeah,
Isn't
we
that
saw the movie
where
Ghost.
it does throws the pot? It's super
Yes,
sensual.
Ghost.
Mhm.
Yeah, with Whoopi Goldberg and
Mhm.
Demi
other guy,
Moore, Patrick
Demi
Swayze.
Moore and
So that
Patrick
just shows
Swayze.
you where you can go with love with a ghost. And
Mhm.
this is it.
Yeah. So she's gonna have a unique ritual to form the
Uh-huh.
union between herself and the AI hologram.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that they had those. I mean, it seems like a big
Leap.
like I like if you could have like a chat GPT hologram of somebody like Danny, imagine like a
Yeah.
hologram Jessica Rabbit like standing there in your home that you could
Yeah.
interact with.
It looks like she's marrying an out of shape Jedi, according to this picture.
Well, that's good because
Yeah, no heart
six-pack
disease.
means
Yeah. No heart disease, less chance of heart disease. I think also is there
That's
like,
who she, wait, hold on. Is this picture who she this is
I don't think so.
it says
Oh,
that
that's the hologram from Star
actually,
Wars.
yeah, no, it says Alicia Framis with the AI hologram Alix in an image provided by the artist. So, yeah, she did submit this.
she
Huh.
chose her AI to look like this. It's like you could have it look like anything. Tyson, whatever.
yeah,
And you just pick the most generic.
that's what you
I-
want.
That's what you want. Okay.
You don't want anyone to be like, why is that hologram with you?
Smoking hot hologram.
You
that
don't
hologram
want
could have anybody he
Yeah.
wants.
exactly. That's why you want it to be the opposite, where they're just like, oh, that hologram's definitely punching above his weight
Yeah.
class. Good
Yeah,
for him.
way to
Good
go.
for that hologram.
Or
Yeah.
your hologram looks less attractive out in public, but at home it's like a 10. But out on town it's like a 3, right?
Mhm.
So
And then
there's
what
no
does that do?
jealousy. You don't have to worry about your hologram strain, right? Or other
Danny?
holograms getting eyes for yours.
Yeah.
Can you describe, like, let's say you had your ideal hologram GF and you're at home, like what
Okay.
are you
I can
doing at
stop
home
you,
with
Tyson.
a hologram?
Liz listens to this podcast, so I'm just gonna say the ideal hologram is
Is Liz.
Liz. There's
So
a-
what
let's
if you
just-
had
Yeah.
So let's
Wow.
say, and just
Mhm.
hypothetical, you have a
Mhm.
hologram Liz that you are in a romantic relationship with. What do you do with a hologram Liz in the evenings after you
This is
turn
so
Netflix
interesting.
off?
Yeah.
First of all, I'm gonna define my ideal hologram just to annoy Liz.
Okay.
Blonde,
Yep.
Mhm.
Definitely
6 foot
blonde.
tall,
You've always been a blonde person. Yep.
Mhm.
What else?
in her 20s,
Uh-huh.
and I can already tell Liz is so annoyed right
Mhm.
now.
I think
Yeah.
probably the entire audience
And
is now
hold on,
annoyed. Yep.
and of course, we spend all evening discussing just our emotional needs,
Yeah.
having conversation. I'm at talking to her about her day, making sure that all
So
of
purely
her.
emotional, no physical.
Yes, exactly, and just taking care of that AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just the
So
ideal situation for me.
I'm
Yeah.
really trying to just rack my brain around. Okay, so we get the AI hologram. I have an AI hologram girlfriend of my wife. Okay,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ideal.
Smart
does
move.
she get along with my real wife? Are
No,
they?
absolutely not.
I
No.
don't think
Jealous
so.
of each
I
other.
think
They're
that
jealous of each other.
I feel like okay. Well, I'm podcasting. Hey, here's AI Nicole. She'll tell her about your
Yeah.
everything that's going on. She
When your
can't wait
wife
to hear about it.
Yeah, when your wife ends up being crushed by the garage door, you know who's done it. AI wife.
AI,
AI
sure.
wife.
oh, you
It's
think
'cause
AI
that's where
wife
it's
is
going
going to
to
get
go.
jealous of real wife?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's a physical intimacy
Both.
AI wife can't have.
Mm.
Could never have.
Yeah.
Well, teledildonics come a long way, so
I mean, you're the expert.
yeah. I'll be giving a symposium on the, connecting your AI wife to some of your fancier devices later.
TED
So,
Talks.
I feel like that this is a one that we just have not really had on our radar of AI holograms.
Yeah. I
Mm.
mean, we've seen what Michael Jackson hologram.
Yeah.
We saw
Tupac, but
Tupac
those weren't
hologram.
AI. Though, like it wasn't like, okay, well, we've brought Tupac back to life as an AI.
Here's the
Yeah.
problem with the hologram. Okay, we don't have the technology to put out a 3D hologram in my bedroom.
Why
That's
not?
the downside.
Why
We
not?
just don't. I don't. That's not something that can be done at home. I probably could do it with like some Apple Vision Pro, right? You could
Oh,
have your
yeah.
hologram in front of you.
Yeah.
But until it's like a physical presence, I don't know how cool that will be. Not very.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Wow.
Let's talk about an event that happened recently over back in England, Glasgow, actually not far from where
Ooh,
Danny got
I've been
pooped on
there.
by the bird, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, actually very close.
They had an event called the Willy Wonka Experience, advertised as a journey filled with wondrous creations and enchanting surprises at every turn.
Okay.
And in true Willy Wonka fashion, the event did not go as planned for the children who came to visit because it was very disappointing, so much so that children were crying and the police had to be called.
Love
Yeah,
it.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Goose
that's-
kid fell
mean-
into a pool of chocolate.
No,
Yeah.
well, here's
a
we have
little
some
girl got turned
photos
into
here
a
from the
blueberry.
Willy Wonka Experience. Okay.
This is sad.
Here is
Yeah.
part of the Willy Wonka Experience. We could see like a bounce house
Okay.
that's there.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it made out of
Um,
candy?
This is bad.
There was also like a
Display
big
it. A small
display of like a bag of candy and one giant
Gummy bear.
fake gummy bear.
Yeah.
Now it says they're upset because the event was canceled, or they're disappointed by the.
I think it got shut down.
Yeah, because it does look sad.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
looks like, it does not look like they went through the proper channels to get that approved.
Mhm.
It's just a giant warehouse space with really bad displays.
And they probably also didn't. Willy Wonka is a trademark name, I believe. And so I doubt that they probably got the licensing for that as well.
Mhm.
But as you said that, like, that was very disappointing and people were crying. If you watch the movies, more people should have been crying in those
Yeah,
movies.
that's what I'm
like
saying.
the lack
Yeah.
of tears in those movies where you're like, this woman's daughter is turning into a blueberry.
I thought about that. I'm like, they've taken her to the de-juicer?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be a little bit more distraught if my child had been taken to a place called the de-juicer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or the kid that's turned in, like, shrunk and goes into the TV.
Yeah.
All these
Yeah.
things are terrible.
Yeah.
Like, really bad things physically to have
Mhm.
happen.
Yeah.
The kid gets
Now-
sucked up the pipes in the chocolate river. Come on.
Oh, that's
For
the best
sure.
part. Gustav. I love
Now,
that part.
the event took place at or was organized by a group called the House of Illuminati. Should the
Whoa.
attendees have known something was going to be up?
Yes, they should have. They should never
mean,
have gone. Look,
You don't think you would want to go to the House of the Illuminati, Danny?
mm,
Get in.
to get insights as to how things operate.
Yeah.
The problem is Glasgow is a very sad place in winter. And so here these parents are thinking they can inject a little joy into their children's lives,
Mm-hmm.
and they pay £36 to do that. And the event is not just a disappointment, but also canceled. That's terrible. The Illuminati should be ashamed of themselves.
The Illuminati, this was one of their worst tricks yet.
No, yeah, totally. Like this
Mhm.
one of the they've done better. Come on.
But was the Illuminati, did they create this so that all of our attention is diverted
Something
while
else.
something
Well,
else
as they seize power in
nefarious
Parliament.
is
Mhm.
happening? Yeah.
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 Okay.
Wow.
All right. They are shutting it down. Nice try, House of Illuminati.
Yeah. Nice try, guys.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Trying to
Yep.
capitalize on the Timothy Chalamet film. Danny, you excited for Dune 2?
I'm very excited.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always worried with these reviews when they're so good, though, because is really anything that good?
Yeah.
I
I
feel like
don't
the
know. I think
Illuminati might be pulling one over on me with these
we're
reviews.
highly desensitized to how good stuff is. I think
I love
because people are
sci-fi
like,
though.
do you though? But do you ever leave a movie and are just like, that was so good. I'm going to tell
Crawl.
everybody about it.
I am more forgiving in the
Crawl.
sci-fi genre than any other.
Mhm.
I'll watch a bad one and be like,
And love it.
it was okay. But
Yeah,
the
but do you
idea-
ever watch a good one and be like, that was awesome? That was so
I like
good.
Dune 1. I thought
I
it
never
was-
watched it. The old
yeah.
one or the new one?
The
I
new
watched
one.
the old one.
You don't
and
want
the
to
new
watch
one.
you don't want to watch the old one.
No, the old one's great. It's
Which
so
one? The one with
great.
Sting? The one with Sting?
Yeah, the one with, first of all, it's got Sting. It's got all these weird elements. It's got
Yeah.
this like child that talks like an adult. It's glowing blue eyes. It's so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It is wonky. I don't mind it
Wonka?
because wonky.
Yeah.
It is good because the book is so good.
Yeah.
But I also think like people are always asking me like, "Oh, you saw that? Was that any good?" I was like, I don't know anymore.
Yes. Don't ever say anything was good to someone else. Your credibility's on the line. You can't risk
Except if you're leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can do that, but
it.
like
You asked me
fine.
yeah.
and people are like, "Oh, last season was the worst season of all time," or "This season's gonna." I was like, "They're all the same to me. They just mix and meld together." I don't know anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I did like Dune 1 just fine, but I am a fan of the book, so I don't
Yeah.
know if that also
Little
is
bias.
different. Yeah, a little bias.
It was
And
good.
yeah, so but I will be watching Dune 2.
A lot of people talking about the popcorn bucket that you get at Dune
Oh
2.
yeah, the sandworm.
Have you seen this,
popcorn bucket.
Tyson?
No,
Yeah.
is it cool?
I think it
People are
doubles
saying
as
that it looks like a
fleshlight.
teledildonics device.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it is. Definitely look into it, Tyson. It looks very sensual.
did you already pre-order one, Danny?
Hasn't shown up yet though.
Okay,
It's probably sold out so quickly.
is there a way that AI Liz can control this sandworm?
I don't know if you'd want to control it because it does look kind of
Has
scary.
teeth? Does it have
Looks
teeth on it?
scary. Yeah.
It has the hair, the like. Is
Yeah.
it teeth or is it hair?
Mhm.
Anyways, you should look at it, Tyson. When I very first
Here,
saw
I'll-
it, I thought it was a joke.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Here, I'll show you. The Dune popcorn bucket is going for big bucks on eBay.
Big bucks.
Wait,
Yeah,
can you
this
not
one-
just get it at the movie theater?
You could, I guess you could get it, but what if it's not playing by you? Okay. This listing of the Dune 2 popcorn bucket, it is going for $59.99. Dune
looks like-
Part 2 popcorn bucket, AMC sandworm bucket. I don't know how to pronounce that word that they're calling it. A
Dunacy. Looks like my garbage disposal thing, kind of.
Is Dune 2 already in theaters?
No.
No. So how does this guy have his hands on the popcorn bucket
Oh, you mean have
preemptively?
his hands in the popcorn bucket?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Question.
Yeah.
Dude, cool popcorn bucket though.
That is a cool popcorn bucket.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Can we
something
get
every
it?
lonely man will want after watching Dune by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great bucket. The inside the bucket itself looks very nice. High
Uh-huh.
end. Not worth $60 though. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, but we are gonna get if I go to the theater and it is available to buy that bucket, I will buy it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, when's Danny's birthday?
Oh, it's
doesn't
not for
matter.
a while.
Yeah,
Let's
he
hold on
has
to it, Tyson.
4
Mhm.
years, leap year day. His is in December. Yeah, his is in December. This is what they should do for leap year going back. They should do it randomly. So it's a drawing every New Year's that there has to be an extra day. It's just a drawing to which month gets the
that'll
extra
be
day.
fun. Yeah, I kind of like that.
Mhm.
Totally
Gonna
ruins like
watch.
ruining calendars and like
I
big
bet on it.
transfers.
Mhm.
There's like a week before and a week after where it's like the economies are in just total madness.
Okay, maybe
It's like
that's not
Y2K every 4 years. Too dangerous.
No, okay,
All right.
fine. No, I agree. So you have to do it like the Olympics, where like a panel sits down and every month has representatives and they're vying for the
Yeah,
extra
every
day.
month is bribing the panel to get the day on their month.
So they're like, okay,
Mhm.
but like a decade in advance what months are getting. So then the calendar thing doesn't get thrown off.
Good.
Yeah.
Another panel. I suppose.
Maybe like it's sort of like it's down to like a couple of days and there's like a big drawing. Is it gonna be like June 9th? Is it
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah, that'll be
September
exciting.
4th?
Oh, you
And they
think you can even just add it? But then it would have to be the extra. It would have to be
Like we have finalists.
Yeah,
but it
and they
can't be
reveal
June
it.
9th.
People
It
would
has
be
to be at the
campaigning.
end of the month because
Oh,
then
okay.
there's an extra day at the end of that month, anyways. Unless
Yeah.
it's like the 48-hour day goes to June 9th. So instead of adding an extra day, the day just gets 2 days.
Yeah. Okay. So June 9th, do we get to like, is it like on military time? Like, do we get to like, all right, it's 26:30 on June 9th.
Yeah.
42 o'clock on June 9th.
Did you stay up all day?
And so then you're
42
hoping
o'clock.
that your birthday is a 2-day celebration.
Oh, that would be
man.
awesome. I kind of
Yeah.
like this idea.
Yeah.
Sure, the
So-
world is in chaos, but it's just so great if you get it on your
Mhm.
birthday.
Exciting. All right.
Yeah.
But imagine it was like your anniversary.
Oh, that'd be the worst. Like expectations, high
All right.
expectations.
What else do you
48
want to do
hours.
today?
And then eventually the Illuminati would make it on Christmas. So you have to buy 2 Christmases worth of presents.
Yeah.
Yeah, super suspicious when that happens.
Yeah.
Very
super
sus.
suspicious. Valentine's Day gets double whammied. All of those. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Take the good with the bad.
Danny, are you ready to take us to your bolt hole?
I've got some goodies in there.
All right.
Mm.
Like the Dune popcorn bucket.
Gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong.
Okay.
I almost hate talking about AI. It's just
Why?
like nonstop, right? It's just like the thing we constantly hear about. But there are
Yeah.
some developments that are striking fear into my heart personally.
Mm-hmm.
And it appears that AI is on the cusp of a breakthrough that will allow people to communicate. And we've seen this before, but we've never had a timeline communicate with animals in 12 to 36 months. I don't want to know what my cat has to say about me. Like I'm not looking forward.
But you would
to
want to know if
time.
your cat is wanting to murder you.
Well, like what is the cat going to be telling Liz? Like, hey, while you're gone, he's
Mhm.
with this popcorn bucket he got in the mail.
With his
Yeah.
AI
He's-
girlfriend.
Right. Now you've got
Controlling
an
the popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
in your house who can report back to your wife or
I don't
your
think you can have
know,
conversations.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like
A
the cat needs
translator,
to pee.
maybe.
The cat has
Guys,
to go outside.
Guys,
The
that's
cat
where
is
it
hungry.
begins. That's where it begins. Okay, simple communication. We get past those steps, and then next thing you know, everyone's got an informant in their house. The dog, the cat, squirrels outside, the birds peeping through the windows. It's like you can't escape it now. 12 to
Wow.
36 months before the nightmare. It's like we always have these like, oh, this is the moment when the world will go crazy.
But I
And this
have
is-
AI holograms lurking around every corner,
I know.
spying on every.
But that's
already.
not there yet. You're going to have scorpions complaining about your, killing all of them. It's just
I don't do that.
To who?
Yeah,
I don't know.
They're going to complain to my wife.
Maybe they'll group up. I don't
Mhm.
know what this nightmare scenario is, but 12 to 36 months seems really soon for this to actually be a possibility. There's a couple animals that they claim that we should be able to communicate with sooner. Whales are
Dolphins.
one.
Mhm.
They don't have dolphins, but yeah, probably dolphins, dogs, cats, whales, and then for some reason, bats.
Bats.
Could be helpful.
Echolocation.
All right, we've got some questions to ask them.
Yeah, we do.
There's
we
certain
do.
countries that don't want
Like,
us. To be
where
talking
were
to
you in December of 2019? Interesting.
bats. Even
Mhm.
it actually would be kind of helpful, right? To actually know what it is your cat is complaining about. Our cat complains all the time. I have
And you
no
don't
idea
know.
why. And it would
Yeah.
be kind of helpful if it could just be like, oh, what's your problem? Oh,
Yeah.
you need more water, you need more food. That would be nice.
Mhm.
But do we really want to communicate with animals?
Yeah, to that
Whales.
degree only.
Yeah.
What good could whales have to say about us to us? It's just I can't imagine. What's a bat conversation sound like?
polluted down here. You
Yeah.
aware of this?
Yeah.
Things have really gone downhill. Like, yeah, we don't know anything about that.
That's
That's
not
weird.
us. Yeah.
That is
That's-
very weird.
That's the
Okay,
Talk to
monkey.
the other great apes.
You're breaking up. Okay, we gotta go. Okay.
So-
And also the water. Why is the water getting so warm? Are you guys getting out there? No, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Try
Right?
going closer to the icebergs.
Yeah. Well, they're getting closer to us.
Yeah. We're detecting a lot of plastic bottles and oil. That's also very weird.
Just blame it on somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12 to 36 months, though. 12 to 36 months. That's not even
Yeah.
including leap years.
What
So-
about when they do like cows and chickens and stuff? And it's
Uh,
like,
Please don't
where do
kill
our
me.
families go? Where did my
Yeah.
family go?
Yeah. What is surge pricing? What does that mean? Don't worry about it. Nothing. That's nothing.
Just get into the van.
Don't
Get in the van. Yeah.
worry.
The future's kind of cool, but it doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things that I'm a little skeptical about. This.
Yeah.
This is the new flying car.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say our floating skateboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny, is AI going to make any progress on the cloned meat? Could we just get that going
Get
sooner?
the Smeat going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Smeat kind of collapsed there. The Smeat
Yeah. I feel
market.
like it had a minute and then it was like, people like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
not working.
If it didn't have a soul, you can taste that soul in real meat. And they're like, the
Mhm.
meat is too soulless.
You
I
think
don't-
the soul? You think the soul is what is the?
it's the first
flavor?
seasoning. Yeah, it's the first seasosoning of the meat
Uh-huh.
is the soul as it dissipates into the
Yeah.
meat.
It's like we got a false start with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
would
not-
I have no problem eating synthetic meat if it can taste as good.
What if it
So-
can taste
Yeah,
not quite
Who
as good?
cares? Right? I
Yeah,
I only
well.
have to eat an animal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I hate
Mhm.
cows. I've already said that I hate cows so much that if the price of getting rid of all the cows was not having any more beef, I'd be totally fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
Hate them so
Wow.
much.
I think we need cows, don't we? Kind of to graze and trample.
Probably need
and-
some. Yeah.
I'm
You need
sure,
milk,
of course,
right?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
don't need them where I work.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe if it would be nice if I could communicate with the cows, just so I could tell them to get out of the road, and
You
then
tell
running
them
in
to
front
F
of my
off.
car. Yeah, like just get out of the way, and they'd be like, okay, and then they'd step aside. That'd be nice.
Huh.
So anyway, the future, it's just right ahead in the future.
So what
Yeah.
you do is your car has a honk button for every
Yes.
animal you might encounter.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
that
that's
just
a good
like tells
idea.
them like, watch it, like deer language. It's like pushes like, watch out, don't run towards the lights.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think deer have a language. I never hear them make a sound other than like this snort sound they do. I
And you
think
don't
that
Maybe
they
that's how it communicates.
Yeah, you don't think
communicates
that's
with eyes or
communication?
something.
Eyes.
Yeah,
So
right.
So yeah, so wait a
Micro
second.
expressions.
That's why it stares at the headlights.
Have you ever looked at a deer's soulless and expressionless face?
They're not like a shark. They at least have some kind of soul. That's why their meat tastes so good. That's why we don't eat shark, because it's soulless. We don't get that flavor burst.
I've
Mhm.
eaten more shark than have deer.
No way. You've eaten shark? Never
Yeah.
had shark. I've had deer
Mhm.
jerky.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Danny, anything else?
No. I've been trying to write cool music for
Okay.
my videos. I'm like, I have this vision of writing my own music for my videos.
Mhm.
And it turns out writing cool music is very hard.
Oh, really? Do you think
You
that's
can
that's why
I
not
watched
everybody does it?
I watch tutorials, right?
Uh-huh.
And these really talented people are like, within less than 30 seconds, they're like hitting buttons and they're just
From
making
who? Like
awesome
Imagine
sounds.
Dragons and stuff?
No, just like online people doing tutorials on how to use Logic, right? They're just
Okay.
like, oh, I do this loop here. You're like, oh, that's so awesome. And then I go and I'm like, delete project. And then it's like
Smash your
erasing
keyboard,
sounds.
crying. Liz holograms like, what is wrong, Danny? And he's like, I just need a moment with the bucket. And
I
be
just
like,
need some time with the bucket alone. Leave me alone.
yeah, leave
So
me
that-
alone.
That's kind of what I've been working on. I've got this dream. I'm trying to see it through.
You're gonna be
but
awesome.
So frustrating.
It's like 8 Mile.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish. I was telling my kids we were
The
doing a
moment,
rap
the
battle
music,
in the car,
doodle-doo-doo-doo. Yeah. Who won?
and my kids couldn't believe. I was trying to tell them that Eminem. I think his skill was that he could just on the fly make up rap. Right? Wasn't that a thing for
Mhm.
him?
That is a
Isn't that
thing
what 8
for-
Mile's all about?
It's a thing for
Do
lots
battle
of
rap, yeah.
Yeah,
rappers,
battle rap. I
battles.
was trying to tell my kids that those were real because my kid was saying that it's impossible for people to rhyme things without having written it down first. I'm like, no,
No.
that is
Mhm.
real
Yeah.
life. Not even AI does that yet.
Yeah. It's real
Mhm.
life.
So
AI
Imagine when
can do
AI
it.
starts battle rapping. Oh my god.
AI
Oh,
can
dude.
rap battle, dude.
yeah, but you have to put
Yeah.
in prompts. It's not running on its own and defeating you verbally in a contest.
Okay,
Yeah.
AI, make the cruelest rap that you can towards Danny Bryson. Hit all of his hot buttons and really make it hurt his feelings.
See, but you had to tell it right there. You've lost the battle because you were sitting at your computer putting in the prompts to destroy your rap enemy. So
okay,
not yet, Tyson.
Mhm.
okay.
All right. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. What about you, Tyson?
Premiere of Survivor tomorrow.
Yep.
Be watching, podcasting, and 2 hours. 2 hours is
2 hours Survivor. Yeah.
2 hours Survivor. We got Carolyn on from a couple seasons ago, and then just I don't think we have anything this weekend. It's the first time in a while, so just hanging out. And weather's perfect in Arizona, mid 70s every day right now,
Wow.
with a low in the mid 40s at night. So pretty ideal
That is
weather.
nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So how about you, Rob? You've got a bunch of podcast
Lots
season.
of stuff going on. Yeah, it's podcast season. I got to talk to our friend Jeff Probst on the podcast this week,
And?
so that was a really nice interview. You know what? I thought it was. I really appreciated Jeff making the time to talk about the stuff. I thought that while like I think, and I don't want to be like a hypocrite because I think a lot of times that we react to just headlines here on News AF. I thought that Jeff had some really interesting answers about things, and I think that I thought it was a very interesting conversation about where Jeff wants to go with Survivor. And I think that whether you agree or disagree, I think that what is pretty cool about it is that Jeff cares a lot about the show. And so as in this came up in the interview, I think there's a lot of people that if they had that job would not care as much about the show 24 years in. So I thought that it's whether you agree or disagree about where the show is going or has gone, I think it's a very interesting interview with Jeff. Also, we got another one of our friends, Boston Rob, is back, and he's back on his BS on Deal or No Deal Island. Got these people eating out of the palm of his hands, and so check out our premiere coverage of Deal or No Deal Island. Not to mention everything we're going to kick off our Survivor coverage Wednesday night as well here on RHAP.
Yes.
All right. Then we're going to be in the lab figuring this thing out when we move to a brand new News AF YouTube channel coming up next week. So keep an eye out for the link there as well. So until next time, we'll be back with you to talk more News AF on Tuesday. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
We did it, guys.